Okay, today is Saturday. It's 2:47 p.m. It's May 17th. Certain people talk about, professionals talk about um, before becoming profitable, 1 year passes after another, and then soon 5 years pass. What is interesting about trading by myself is that there's this thing called what I don't know, I don't know. And this one particular thing that I did not know took me a long time to discover. Now, on YouTube, there are people who talk about predicting and reacting. So even if I'm reacting, I'm making a prediction that my reaction is correct, right? That is the prediction. So I was scratching my head yesterday. So if reacting is also predicting based on the information, then what does that really mean? And so uh, I think the premise of that statement is this: don't predict, but react. Okay. And so the best way to look at it is okay. The best way to look at that statement is saying, okay, do I trade before earnings or do I trade after earnings? Okay, so after earnings, the information is out there so that I can look at it and make the determination and decide what I'm going to do with the trade. But before the earnings comes out, legally speaking, and legally speaking, uh, based on the rules of the SEC, is that there is no insider information that allows me to make that decision. And therefore, it can only be extracted based on what is given. But the only sure way of creating a higher probability that the information that is going to decide what happens after the earnings is after the earnings, having the information after the earnings. So I didn't think about this for 5 years, and I've been trading. And what I've noticed about in my trading is that uh, I've discovered something called support and resistance and its importance in trading. Now, I'm studying Al Brooks' trading course, and he discusses lots of things. But the central theme of trading is understanding what support and resistance is. Essentially, in any way and types of trading, whether it's going to be investing, or whether it's going to be swing trading, or whether it's going to be speculative, whether it's going to be scalping, it is purely based on support and resistance. Even if I'm investing, I'm saying to myself, okay, the market has dropped 70%. Chances are, the way that the market has been performing for the past 100 years, it's going to come back up eventually, but it may take some time. But I'm saying to myself, okay, that is the support area where I will enter, because that's what happens. Even if it dips a little bit, that usually will be somewhere around where the support is. So for the past 5 years, the concept of support and resistance and reacting never entered into my mind of its significance in trading. The concept never entered. That's amazing, isn't it? It's like that is truly very, very amazing. Knowing how important it is now to trading, I never realized how important support and resistance is, and how important reacting to the situation. So on a personal level, the way that I trade is whether it's going to be a range-bound situation or whether it's going to be a breakout. When a breakout occurs, it's actually breaking through. If I'm looking at a bullish setup, it breaks above resistance. And as soon as it breaks above resistance, then there has to be an establishment of support. That establishment of support is created by displaying a candle, okay, that is above the support area, the newly minted support area, and that can be established. Although in certain situations it can be incorrect. It's not 100% thing, because what it will do is sometimes what I've seen is that it'll jump up and then just drop back and just go careening all the way down. It's like a slingshot kind of a situation. That happens at times as well. But in generally speaking, what happens if there's a strong base that has occurred and then it breaks above that resistance, then it will hold that value, hold the value for a couple candles. And then once that hold value is true for a couple candles, then there's a probability that is going to go higher. That means that I can enter into that trade with a statistically beneficial probability that that trade is going to move up, okay? And so I can take advantage of that until it reaches the next resistance area, whether it's previously established or something that's going to be created on a new basis. I can tell because as soon as it will go up to a certain point, it'll loiter for a little bit, or it'll immediately drop down based on whatever the global economic news is, right? And so it's a concept of something that I did not understand, and still I'm thinking, okay, so when you're reacting, you're actually predicting. You're predicting that whatever the event was, post apocalyptic event occurred. Okay, let's say Earth just destructs. It's difficult to put it back together. The end result is Earth is scattered everywhere, and that's the reaction. So what is the reaction? Okay, before the Earth is destroyed. Okay, I mean just an example. Okay, the way that the solar system has been created before Earth is self-destructs. Before the event and after event, it's essentially predicting. Okay, it's a prediction. Apparently, there's a Mayan calendar that predicts this event to a certain calendar and event, but that event came and went by, and it turned out to be false, right? And so, the idea then to cement this idea is, although there is a possibility that Earth could collect by itself again and form itself, but the immediate future is on a reaction basis, is that what are you going to do? So this is a concept that I did not know, even though I was trading. I thought I knew what I was doing. So where was my mind when I was making those trades? It was the allure. It was the allure of when I put some risk on. Sometimes I'll get a response back in a positive manner, and then because of the lack of experience and knowledge in trading, eventually what will happen is the market will go up and market will come down. And sure enough, it works fine when the market is going up, because all I do is I jump in, get out, jump in, get out, and then I would ride it up. But as soon as the market starts to drop, the same idea that I had is incorrect. And then soon, whatever I made just becomes dust, right? As my previous manager stated, it's sand. It's the shifting of the sands, okay? But the shifting of the sands tend to collect in the pockets of those 1% of people who know how to trade. And once 1% of the pocket of people who know how to trade know the difference between support and resistance, and also the difference between predicting and reacting.